Hi, my name is Emily Vargas. I'm currently a student at Houghton University, and I did my research on the impact of tablet-based instruction on student engagement and achievement. So, the purpose of my study was to explore the impact of tablet-based instruction, specifically in Really Great Reading Playground, on student achievement. My research questions are: how does Really Great Reading Playground impact first grade students' engagement through tablet based instruction? And to what extent does the use of Really Great Reading Playground contribute to the student achievement in first grade? So here's my introduction. So, first, we'll start off by defining engagement. That is in on task behaviors. So, actions including answering questions, listening, concentrating, and appropriate resource use. Then there's varying levels to engagement. So there's high levels of engagement and low levels of engagement. High level of engagement will be when a student is excited, they're truly enjoying what they're doing, they're focused, and there's positive emotions associated to whatever they are using. And then low level of engagement are is a lack of participation, negative emotions, a desire to finish, or switching activities. So if a student is talking with another peer um, or doodling, that is showing signs of low level engagement. Also, there's a role of motivation that is at play. That is a critical contributor to engagement. So, motivation as forces in energizing and directing behavior. All right. So, we'll also look at achievement specifically through the lens of Really Great Reading Playground. So, we're focusing on early literacy skills, and these are the skills that are assessed by Really Great Reading Playground. So, they assess phonological awareness, phonic concepts, and high frequency word recognition. So there are negative impacts of technology, and that is really important to go over. So one of those negative impacts are reduced social interaction. The other is attention span challenges, and lastly, teacher training and preparedness. If a teacher is not prepared to implement these new tablet-based instruction, then it'll be really, really hard to make sure that this program is successful in their classroom. All right. So the method that I used was a mixed methods approach. So it combined quantitative and qualitative um, assessments. All right. So the participation in, or the participants within my research were my first grade classroom. So that included 18 diverse students. This was ethnically diverse, academically diverse. I believe that there was 10 students, 10 females, and 8 males as well. So it's pretty diverse in all aspects. The instruments for collecting data. First was the observation form. So students were engaged with Really Great Reading Playground for 15 minutes. And with every 5 minute interval, I would mark if they had an on task behaviors or if they were exhibiting off task behaviors. And then I would write comments of different levels of engagement. So if a student was excited and they had said, like, oh my goodness, the program like does this blast off when they completed a game. So when a student was excited that the rocket blasted off and like verbally said it, I wrote down their comments. So taking the observations that I found, I gave them an engagement score and then compared that with a proficiency score per the unit that we were focusing on. As you can see, we were focusing on 3 units, which was unit 11, 12, and 13. So having the engagement score right beside the proficiency score allowed me to compare their level of engagement to their achievement. All right, so now we'll focus on the findings. So I encourage you to pause and take a deeper look at the findings if you would like. All right. So we're going to look at specific students. As you can see, these students have a high engagement score, and that's paired with a high proficiency score. So students like AH, KA, or sorry, CA and KE consistently displayed high engagement scores. So that would be 2.5 to 3. And the high engagement students achieved higher proficiency scores across all units. Um, and then there were several that had low engagement, like BE and FI. They exhibited lower engagement scores, scores that were below 1.5. Because they had lower engagement scores, they achieved lower proficiency scores. And you can see that BE has an incomplete proficiency score. That is because he didn't get to finish this. He didn't finish all the games. So, because he didn't finish all the games, the program wasn't able to come up with a proficiency score to match what he did. And that was due to low levels of engagement. All right, now let's look at two other students, DA and SA. They showed increased proficiency scores through Unit 11 and Unit 12. So you can see with DA, he got a 2.3, and then his proficiency scores with 86%. And then with a 2, he got a 74%. And then SA got a 2.6 engagement score with an accompanying 92% proficiency score. And then got fully engaged for Unit 12 with a 100% proficiency score. But then in Unit 13, you see that SA had a very low engagement score, coupled with a lower proficiency score. So there are many reasons why students are engaged or not engaged, but you can see that their level of engagement definitely affects their proficiency scores. All right, so let's look at KA. During Unit 12, she said, "Look, I got it correct. How far have you gone?" So she actually turned to a peer and said that to a peer. And you can see that in Unit 13, she got a really low engagement score coupled with a low proficiency score. But then in Unit 12, when she felt successful and she was understanding the content and really, really engaged in the games, that was coupled with a really high proficiency score. All right, so overall, the findings show that Really Great Reading Playground positively impacts student engagement and proficiency. High engagement is critical for achieving high proficiency. All right, now let's talk about the implications and conclusions. In order for tablet-based instruction to be done correctly, there needs to be several things that teachers are prepared for, or programs should have these several things so that so that we can increase engagement. So after doing some research, I found that personalized instruction approaches help with engagement. So when we use adaptive technologies and differentiated instruction strategies, this allows for students to continue to engage. It adapts to the child's interest and proficiency levels to enhance motivation and learning. All right. We should also integrate immediate feedback mechanisms. We should use programs that provide real-time assessments of performance. And then it can give constructive feedback and guidance to help students master literacy concepts. This also helps them know if they're understanding the content or if they need extra help. Teachers are also responsible for cultivating a positive learning environment. This way, we can foster active participation and collaborative learning, build a sense of community and belonging among students. This would combat the negative aspects of technology usage. We want to encourage community. And in order to do that, we need to create a positive learning environment. Also, teachers need professional development and training before using any technology. So we need to invest in comprehensive professional development programs. This will equip educators with knowledge and skills for technology use in their classrooms. All right, so the limitations within my research are the sample size and demographics, measurement and instrumentation, external validity, and data collection restraints, being that some students were not here when we were doing the observations. All right. Thank you so much for engaging in my research. If you have any questions, please email me. This is my email on the screen, and I would be happy to answer any of your questions. And then here are a list of references. Thank you so much.